This is the men's room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The drifters, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, we will drink, we will toast. The shot of the day is on the way, and also another round of Profile This. In the meantime, the game is Big Dummy. We have Brad, who's playing for Team Sober, working on question number 3.
Let's do it.
All right, this is Mike Hawk. I just saw your list of additional questions, so I'm going to ask you what I have in front of me. Would you call the guy with no arms and no legs on 2 wheels?
We call a guy with no arms and no legs on 2 wheels?
Yes.
A bike? I don't know.
Axle.
Oh, man.
So close. Yeah. You had a part of it, right?
Yeah, they've got about 1 million of them.
Are you guys sober?
Sure.
As far as you know. Mm-hmm. All right. On what part of your body will you find the girdle of Venus?
All right.
Don't worry, it's not as sexy as it sounds. The girdle of Venus. What part of your body?
The girdle of Venus?
Yeah.
On what part of your body?
That is correct.
Like your solar plexus?
Your girdle of Venus will be on your hand. One of the lines on your hand.
Oh.
I wonder which one it is.
Probably in your palm.
I'm hanging around enough hippies.
The one that holds the most fat back. All right, let's see. There are 2 people to appear on U.S. postal... Sorry, the first 2 people to appear on U.S. postage stamps were Benjamin Franklin and who?
Gotta go George Washington?
All right. There you go. Good job, Brad. I was going to say either that or Thomas Edison. Didn't know if they were doing inventors or...
If Benjamin Franklin, I just go George Washington.
Really? See, I think of him more as an inventor.
He was, but I feel like he and George, like, for whatever reason, they're always just going to be paired up together. Even when they talk about inventors, they rarely even bring up Benjamin Franklin. It seems like they only point out that he was an inventor when they talk about the forefathers.
Now, weren't you guys talking in the office how you believe that Benjamin Franklin was an ass man?
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt about it. It's well documented.
Okay, did not know that.
Yeah.
And we still got to eat turkeys every Thanksgiving because of him.
Because of him. Okay.
Could be eating chicken.
Game is Big Dummy, 844-999. Ola, who is our next contestant, ready to play the game.
Well, now, wait a minute. I thought Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird, right?
He did.
So, like, we don't eat eagles. So did he say, like, F it, if you're not going to make it our national bird, then let's eat them?
No, he's just so pro-turkey.
What is his deal with turkeys?
I don't know. Well, he thought it was a great animal. So then a couple of years ago, my mother and I just had because it was just 2 of us, we had a small chicken instead of a turkey. So ever since then, we've been taking shots at Ben Franklin whenever we can.
Shots at Ben Franklin.
Right, it's like...
How rude. He's not even around to defend
Well, all right,
himself.
if you didn't know I was angry at Ben Franklin, and you weren't as smart as you 2 are, I'd be like, hey, do you guys remember when you remember what number president Ben Franklin was? That's right! He never was, because he sucked.
Jesus.
Game is Big Dummy, 844-999. Ola, who's our next contestant, ready to play the game.
Hello. God damn it. Hello, Brent. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, mi amigos.
Hola. All right, Brent, you playing for Team Sober, not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Brent, welcome to the show. All right, Brent, for the rest of your life, your partner has a stutter, a lisp, a hair lip, or is cross-eyed. Which one are you picking?
Stutter.
Stutter it is. Stutter in the lead.
Let's see what we got here. All right, which African country was founded by Americans? In fact, the capital is Monrovia.
Ooh.
Founded by Americans.
That is correct.
Huh.
I have no idea. Zimbabwe.
Liberia, right?
Liberia.
Liberia. Did not know that.
Interesting.
Well, it was started as like a state, so that freed slave. They were like, oh, you can go back to Africa and have your own
Just
country.
like everyone dreams. That's basically what Liberia would like. Let's go back to Africa. Well, they actually started Liberia like, you know what? We think we will. So that is actually the dreamland of white supremacists everywhere. You didn't know that. But that is the place that you have dreamed of. It is there, or was there for that reason. You should celebrate. See there?
Just north of apartheid.
Just north.
Just north. Well, it is. If you consider Sun City. Yeah, right.
You know who has a wild, Hollywood scene and music scene is Nigeria.
I've heard that, man.
Yeah.
Well, think about all the Nigerian actors and actresses that have poured into Hollywood in the last 10 years. And they come with chops, man. So far, none of them suck.
Good point.
It seems like you're always up for an Oscar or something like that. All right, here's your question. Unilever, the company, that's the manufacturer of Obsession. But Obsession is from what company?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Unilever, that's the manufacturer of Obsession. But Obsession is released by what company?
When I think of Obsession, I think of some sort of perfume.
You got it.
Track.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Man, I take shower. I am not a perfume guy.
All right. He was actually a jean guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Some people never go anywhere without these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a jean guy?
Yep.
More popular for jeans and perfume initially.
Oh, okay. Levi's.
Oh, wearing some Levi's.
Mm-hmm.
Obsession was for both, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I just remember for a while, every magazine I opened, I ended up smelling like Obsession.
It's for the men and the boys.
I wore Obsession for a little bit, man. I liked it.
No wonder I didn't wear it.
That's right.
All right. Oh, man. Mike.
More of an eternity guy. I get you.
Same company, same brand.
What was the one you just said?
Eternity. When I was 14, you could get a little box set that had a little bottle of Obsession, a little bottle of Eternity,
those.
and then they had a third one, too.
They should just come out with names like Funk.
Yeah, because once Eternity, once they stop selling it, it's kind of ironic.
I'm going to call mine Moisture. Moisture by Calvin Klein.
Heat Funk.
Hot dog water.
Hot dog water by Calvin Klein. All right, here's the question. Hashimoto's disease. Hashimoto's disease is a malfunctioning of what gland?
Ishimoto sounds Japanese to me.
It would be, in fact, be a Japanese person, yes, Hashimoto.
Hashimoto's disease is, I'm sorry, could you repeat the last part of it?
The disease that's a malfunctioning of what gland?
Pituitary.
Pituitary. I'm going to go thyroid.
Thyroid.
No.
Is there any one thing? No. But if something goes wrong with the thyroid, is there any one thing that happens, or is it?
It sounds like multiple.
800 different things can go wrong. Because through the course of your life, right, you'll meet someone with this thing, that thing, this thing, or that thing, and all of them tell you, hey, well, there's something wrong with my thyroid. Mm-hmm. So if something goes wrong with your thyroid, do you have an idea of
there's 20 different ways
how it's going to manifest,
it
or is it just some odd thing? Because I've seen 8 different things that people all attribute back to their thyroid.
It's very important, apparently. All right, Brent, you're on question number 5.
It's probably like a car, right? It's like the heart's the main engine.
Sure.
But there's some other parts you can't drive a car without. I think the thyroid's one of them.
All right.
If it goes down, right, it's like your kidney. If your kidney goes down,
it's like your phone charger. You need
everything else is going to be in trouble.
Right.
All right, here is your question. The sequel to what novel about a trio was called 20 Years After?
I have no idea. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Think about trio as the hint I can give you.
Think about trio as what?
That's the hint I can give you. It's about a trio. A group of candy bars.
Oh. The Three Musketeers.
Oh, Brent, you finally got it. Very good. I don't think I would have got that one. I was really stuck.
That's why, I had to go. That's a tough one. All right, I got a few for you and Ted.
All right, here we go. Hold on.
These are from our very own Mike Hawk.
Okay.
What do you call a woman with no arms and no legs on a tennis court?
On a tennis court. Let me think. Raquel.
Annette.
Annette.
What do you call a woman with no arms and no legs stuck in a fence? Come on.
Stuck in a fence.
Stuck in a fence.
Peggy.
Barb.
What
do you call a guy with no arms and no legs on a shelf?
Art.
No, that's the man hanging on the wall.
Oh.
This is on the shelf.
Hang on the shelf.
On the shelf.
Dusty.
What
do you call a guy with no arms and no legs and a fireplace? Jesus, Mike.
Ash.
I like that one, but Bernie.
Oh, Bernie.
Oh, Bernie.
Bernie.
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a mailbox? These are questions that Mike has put together. He's in a mailbox. You're not necessarily happy to see him, but you can count on him being
Bill.
All right. What do you call two brothers with no arms and no legs in the ocean?
Bobsy twins.
Yeah, Bob and Bob.
Bob and Wade.
Oh.
What if you push one of their heads underwater? What does their name become? Duncan.
Duncan. Oh, Duncan.
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a hole?
Phil.
Phil.
Okay.
And what about when you pull that same man out of the hole? What is his name?
Dusty.
Doug.
Oh.
Did you know these, Mike, or did you look these up? I can't believe you're that proud you know those.
He's just shaking his head in there.
He's a strange man.
He loves it.
That's
really
unbelievable. Right?
Still to come, the head chef in the house. Ted's Meat and Potatoes coming up. American foods the rest of the world has yet to try. And the return of Noah Sherlock. We'll take a break and be back right after these. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Head chef coming up, Ted's Meat and Potatoes, American foods the rest of the world has not tried. But first time for a few emails here from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Guys, I'd like to give my friend Skylar a birthday shout-out. Can I get a Suck-It-Up cupcake and a Leroy Jenkins? You guys rock. Thanks, guys. That from Benny.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Guys, it's Josiah's birthday today. Can you give him a triple Joey Chestnut? That from Moon Construction.
Joey Chestnut! Joey Chestnut! Joey Chestnut!
Guys, huge happy birthday to my little sister, Dwest. Have a glorious day. Can you guys do her a little dirty German talk for her birthday? Thanks, guys. That from Casey.
Yeah, for your birthday, we do the 138 position. We do the 69 twice.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Just a strange name, but hopefully it rhymes with a fun word, ingest.
Oh, gentlemen and Robin, it's my boy Dennis, pronounced Epic Solo's birthday. Can we get some dirty Germans and a your penis is too small for our special guitar play in full? We would be honored. Thanks, dudes. That from Sickness of the Riff.
Your penis is too small! Your penis is small!
Yeah, for your birthday, I introduce your butt to my face when I'm yawning.
Yeah, and you know we love pretzels. I'll introduce you with a salty sauce to top the pretzel.
Matolos, today's my husband Travis's 27th birthday. Could y'all please do the dirty German and Melbourne Ted saying extra dirty stuff? Thanks. That from Hammer Time.
Yeah, I can't wait to have birthday dinner. I'll put sausage in your hot pocket.
Ted from Melbourne here. You know, down here we like nicknames. We also love throwing a sausage on the Barbie. Tonight you get to be Barbie.
Guys, boyfriend is a huge fan of you guys, and it's his birthday. I was wondering if you could give him a fish sandwich and some dirty German talk. His name is Alex. Thank you, guys, from Valentina.
Fish sandwich?
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're a celebrity on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but if we do it right, I'd like to see your star.
Yeah, Hemi. And to be in that season, I'd love to stuff your bird.
Guys, my beautiful girlfriend Leah, pronounced Roxy Rabble Rouser's birthday. I'm pretty sure she's 28, but who knows? I don't keep track of those things. She's redhead and always so sassy. Hopefully some dirty Germans can take care of that. You guys rock. That from Josh.
Yeah, when you take off your pants, it's like footprints in the sand. I see a camel toe.
Yeah, and I heard you're quite the rouser. Maybe you can rouse her up my Venus snitch that.
All the fellas in Wobbin. Since none of my coworkers are cool and listen on a regular basis, I have to send in my own birthday request. I was stationed in Germany for 4 years, and all I learned to say was "bieten den bit." So my request is, Robin, maybe to speak some wonderful German to remind me that I still do not know German. Stay cool, guys. And Robin, that from Rudy.
Ja, kannst immer noch nicht Deutsch sprechen.
How many fingers does that involve?
That's at least 2.5.
And a half?
To the first knuckle. Per Ted standards.
Yeah, 2 and 1 knuckle.
Guys, today's my handsome
Those
man.
are Ted standards. Germans,
My handsome man, guys, is 51 years old today. Can you do a "Here Comes the Dope Pusher" and have Robin say something about him in German? Thanks, guys. That from the lovely Amanda.
Here comes the dope pusher.
Ja, kann ich bitte deine Schweinehaxen sehen?
How many fingers there?
Know.
Oh, that's at least 4.
That's full finish.
Hola, I hope I have come to the right place to give a birthday shout-out to my good friend Jason. This was one of his only requests for completing another trip around the sun. He seemed pretty lonely during this trip, and I think some of those dirty Germans might get his spirits up, among other things. That's from his good friends at the country store.
Yeah, we'll have to do it quick for your birthday, but just tell people it's egg whites.
Yeah, and much like Jason, I will make you a mask with said egg whites.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you,
bitches.
Ja, the Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
A couple extra here. Old Bitches and Wobbin. I once ate a possum. It was at an FFA wild game feed, which is where all members could bring in deer, fish, wild turkey breast, etc. to cook. Well, as I entered the school that morning, our ag teacher had the smoker out. I stopped to ask, and he said he had shot an opossum the night before on his back porch and decided to cook it. I did try some, as not to be rude. It tasted about as good as an opossum looks and was greasy as hell. Rock on, boys. That from Jacob, listening to us on the Rock down there, 98.9 in Kansas City.
Hey, girl, let me see that greasy possum.
Have we figured out if possum and opossum are different yet?
I think they're the same thing.
They are.
I'm pretty sure.
I just don't even know how to.
The opossum has more orgasms.
Guys, male and female reindeer grow antlers over a lifetime. They don't fall off. Rudolph has a girlfriend. That from Southwind. Still working on that little argument there.
People are pissed about that.
They really are.
I did not know that people were just so emotionally attached to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Didn't know either.
I mean, these are adults, man. Mm-hmm. They're getting fired up.
As far as your episode where you asked people what number would shock most people about you, guys, I have 4 nipples, 2 normally placed fully functioning nipples, and 2 directly underneath those.
Please tell me you're a dog.
One looks like a small mole. And the third, maybe you could take care of those lovely kittens that
the Eastwood's got.
Sure. Send them over your way.
Suckle up. Everybody suckle up.
One looks
suckle up.
One looks like a small mole. The third on the right appears to be a tiny nipple that gets goosebumps around it when touched. They are visible.
God.
They are visible when I wear a bikini. And my family and close friends who know about my extra nips like to joke around and point them out by saying your nipples are out while we're in public. Having extra nipples is fairly common. I've actually met another woman with nipples very similar to mine.
You ever wear 2 bikini tops?
That from the short grocery slave.
Now, how does that work, all right? Because now I want you to think about this. If you go to the beach, and it's just your average American beach, even if you had pasties on.
It's all about covering the nipples.
Right. It's about the nipples. It's not about the breasts.
Nobody cares about anything else.
You can go to strip clubs and they're like, well, they have to wear pasties. Fine. So here you are walking around and you still got 2 nipples out. And just because they don't look like so is it just a matter if your nipples don't look like normal nipples,
just
then they're okay to be out?
Tassel them up.
Because that's kind of effed
I'm with
up,
Thrill.
right?
I was thinking the same thing.
Like, they're nipples.
Right, there's still nipples
The
out.
one gets goosebumpy. Even.
You can put a circular Band-Aid on there.
That's
Well,
what
I have a
like
buddy that has
Band-Aid.
3 testicles. He can't just hang one out at the beach.
No,
No, it's got to cover 2. Right. So next time you go to the beach, cover all 4 of your nipples.
And if you missed the episode, we had a listener call up and said when he was in Africa doing relief work for his church, he actually got a chance to try giraffe.
Yeah.
And that's an exotic thing to eat.
It is to us, for
but
sure.
we also thought if you were in Mozambique, wouldn't it be pretty exotic to eat a Wendy's Baconator?
Damn straight it would
It would be just the craziest thing in the world. We did a little investigating, and believe it or not, the only fast food chain that you would recognize by name is KFC. They have one and one only in Mozambique. So we detected that would be pretty exotic, right? This one comes in and says, Ola bitches, born in Africa. Lived in the U.S. for 28 years. Never had a Baconator. That from Tay. So there you go. I guess that's coming up on the program.
I still say there's other impressive things than the Baconator.
Whatever.
There is, but I'm just saying not a single person in Mozambique
has had the Baconator.
has ever had a Baconator.
Except for that one guy.
Except the one guy who's telling the story, right?
He is. Yeah, he still tells it to this day. All right, coming up, the return of No as Sherlock. But first, the head chef's in the house.
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Oh, you got pins now.
Thank you. Thank you, folks. I'd kind of been lazy, and then around a month ago, Mike and I had a dinner at a restaurant, and the guy had, the server had his pens lined up correctly. So ever since then, I've been making a point.
Oh, nice.
Get my pens in the jacket.
You mean the guy in the kitchen?
Well, no, the waiter did.
Okay.
I just, for whatever reason,
stole his look.
I feel like I had been being lazy as a head chef, having no pens on me, right? What if something came in? What if an order came in late and I had to sign off on it?
No, you're the head chef. You don't do any of that.
No, you just go in and
you're
meet
sous
with the
chef.
food people.
You go in and yell at everyone, and then on weekends you expedite and slow things down for the people that work there every day. That's what you do.
But the customers love it when I check in.
The customers love it.
Is everything okay?
And you notice, because it's always that guy has the cleanest chef's coat.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Mine's pretty good.
Kind of like the kicker has the cleanest football uniform. Like, there's a reason for these things.
That seems to be awfully mean. Sorry, kicker. Equipment guy's pitching you.
I compared you to a head chef of a
kicker
restaurant.
would need to clean his uniform?
Exactly. He didn't even wash it.
No. He wears the same uniform all year. It looks white.
So sometimes things happen, and even though they're international, not everybody internationally knows.
All right.
So, like, today is International Boat Meat Day.
That is correct.
So if you went down to Ooley's in the market, you could get a percentage off. If you bought it online, you get a percentage off.
A Men's Room original sausage.
Correct. Well, and I kid you not, one of the best sausages you will have in your life.
I'm getting one tonight.
So International Boat Meat Day, right?
Yep.
So you start going, well, maybe boat meat's not in my area. So there's a lot of things that we as Americans kind of take for granted that people in other countries
But
have
you
not
could go to
tried.
mensroomlive.com and order it and have it delivered right to your door.
That's
correct.
By the pound.
So I'm saying you can go online and get it as well.
And if you can't find it at mensroomlive.com, check mensroomlive.com.
One of those two to get you there.
Available both spots.
So like I was saying, some foods you can't get everywhere. So this is a top 10 list of basically foods we take for granted in America.
Number 10.
Number 10 on the list is going to be deep fried everything at a state fair.
Sure. Yeah, man, that's what we do.
I mean, number one, if you're living in another country, you're probably like, what the hell's a state fair?
It's where we go to get deep fried everything.
I think their things are more like, Oktoberfest. It's more of a festival. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that they don't do it, but they just do it in a different way.
But it's still more traditional.
Yeah.
You're still going to get your pretzels and all that kind of thing. Like, I don't feel like on Oktoberfest I go, oh my God, dude, this year there is, and there's something, deep fried schnitzel with pretzel pieces.
And a lot of our culture is kind of based off fair food. Like I was talking about, that's what cheeseburgers were. They were fair food. And then we were like, these are great. We should use these all the time. But like the corn dog started at a fair.
Yep.
Whereas I feel like I'm with Thrill. You go to Oktoberfest, it's bratwurst and mustard.
What's your favorite fair food?
Pretzels.
Favorite fair food?
Man.
It's hard to say because sometimes, man, like that roasted corn, right?
Yeah.
Because they just drizzle that thing above and they just dunk it.
I think generally it's the sweet treat. So like if I'm on the East Coast, it's going to be a funnel cake. If I'm on the West Coast, the Northwest, it'd probably be a scone.
All right, very good.
Scone, huh?
Number 9.
Biscuits and gravy.
Oh, yeah.
But biscuits are pretty American, right?
Yeah, I think Crisco in general is pretty American.
But I mean, just the biscuit in general. Like every culture everybody has the same kind of breads, but everybody has like their own.
Yeah, you're right. Biscuits.
So I feel like the biscuit's very American.
Yeah, biscuit is a cracker basically in England, just a different term for it, or a cookie.
Yeah, I mean they have the
it's
word.
Not really like the biscuit that we have.
Yeah, not at all.
That's like when you go to England, you get the bap, right? Like bap, it's a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah,
yeah. I was like,
stop putting onions in the gravy.
Number 8.
Tater tots.
Yeah.
And that makes perfect sense. They're made by an American company.
Mm-hmm. They took all the little scraps from all the potatoes that they had and figured out a way to not waste those and stick them all together.
Pringles, tater tots. And to me, they're just like little balls of hash browns, right? I mean, essentially, that's what a tater tot is.
I have a friend that makes tater tots in the morning instead of hash browns.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Same damn thing.
It's the best one you can bring home in a bag and put in the oven and it still tastes pretty good.
I agree.
Well,
because fries are 100% disappointing when you make them at home.
They really
They're
are.
never as good as
because
you
they're in
hope.
the oven. But
right.
I mean, like tots, they somehow they shine.
Number 7.
Root beer.
Huh.
That one's pretty simple enough. Was invented during Prohibition.
Oh, that's right.
Whereas I don't know that other countries were going through Prohibition, so they could drink regular beer or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't need to invent it.
Whereas we were like, man, we need something to drink. Let's have a root beer.
It took all these years to bring back the alcohol in the root beer. So, I mean, even from that point in time, you think like hundreds of years have passed before they even went back to really
but that's because
kind of capitalizing on the original recipe.
But everyone was conditioned to believe that it doesn't have alcohol. It's like,
exactly.
Right.
When they presented it, it didn't. Then we grew up with it as kids, and it didn't. So the idea of saying we're going to, and to be honest with you, if you have any kind of soft drink and say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to add booze. Like, just take my money. Okay. If Coke said, hey, we have new Jack and Coke pre-mix, like, cool. Done and done, man.
Number 6.
Macaroni and cheese.
That's American. That's a shame.
That is American, but I just feel like somewhere in France they're eating a version of this.
I think it's too much.
Yeah, but right, because we do it
a
heavy.
fancier sauce.
See, that's what I mean. He's saying, like, right, it'd be like Gruyere.
A bechamel sauce.
With a light pasta on the side. Like, nah, man, stick it in a casserole dish and bake that bitch till it's thick and heavy.
Right, if you're eating a gooey brie, like, on a cracker, like,
it's not that far.
It's like Kevin Bacon. You're 6 degrees of separation away from a mac and cheese.
This is like Kevin Bacon.
Gooey Gruyere.
Number 5.
Chocolate chip cookies.
They don't make chocolate chip cookies anywhere?
I didn't realize that was on the list,
man.
actually. Because I bought some chocolate chip cookies today.
Yeah, I mean, I just assume they're ever. It's simple. I mean, it's just a freaking cookie with chocolate chips.
Oh, they would love chocolate chip cookies.
The cookies are still here.
All right.
Do you guys want to taste a cookie?
Sure.
I do want to taste a cookie.
Get it. Get a taste.
Chocolate Throw a cookie over here. I'll take a cookie. Give me those cookies. Since we're talking about food here, might as well eat something. Make me hungry all the time. Those are really good cookies. You have those little tiny crappy chocolate chips in it, but they're still good.
Oh, they're hers.
Okay. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, I'm good.
The world's missing out.
Number 4.
Beef jerky.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That makes sense.
Go ahead and chase down your cookie with a little jerky, fella.
I'm a fan of beef
jerky. Enjoy your day.
Those are links. Those are the good kind.
Yeah,
pass it over, man.
Number 3.
Authentic barbecue.
Sure.
I can attest to this. I have a friend that every year spends 3 months in southern Italy, right? And he went over there and out of a barrel made like a smoker and started making barbecue for him. And they love him. He's like the guy. He shows up in the summertime.
Korean barbecue.
Yeah, but authentic.
Yeah, but we're calling ours authentic.
If you call it barbecue, it's barbecue. I think even in Korea they call it Korean barbecue.
But
it's not American barbecue.
Right, and our barbecue is low and slow. I want to say, like, generally a lot of the other barbecues or whatever are still kind of cooked on a grill.
It's more of a grilling technique than a barbecue.
Whereas we're sitting around with that low heat.
But America can own barbecue. Sorry, I got jerky in my mouth now. But what is the authentic American barbecue? Because you got New Orleans style.
There is none.
Got KC style. You got Texas style.
We're talking about like Carolina style, Texas style.
Right. I grew up on Texas style because my dad's side of the family's from there. So that's all I knew.
You know, man, we'll do that next time we do a men's room poll. Barbecue and where you like it from.
There you go.
Okay.
I think at the end of the day, as long as you're cooking a large amount of meat slowly over like 12 hours,
you can't go wrong.
It's barbecue.
That's it.
Number 2.
S'mores.
Yeah. All right. If you can't do a chocolate chip cookie, I figure a s'mores way out of the list.
I get the feeling marshmallows are pretty.
I'll just keep it all over yourself.
Sorry, man.
Jesus, God.
Back to the state fair. Corn dogs.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. Classic corn dog's the way to go.
But even like with cornmeal, don't we own that as far as cornbread, hush puppies, anything with cornmeal? Doesn't that seem to be a little bit more American than anything else?
Well, yeah,
that
corn
is
was
true.
kind of a big thing. Goddamn, I'm choking on turkey.
Don't do that.
We're still eating a lot of corn.
Okay.
And then we put cornmeal on some pizzas. It's a whole cornucopia of things.
Cornmealacopia.
Thank
you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. We're going to drink until it's coming up. The shot of the day is on the way. And coming up, the return of No S. Sherlock. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, we'll drink and toast. The shot of the day is moments away, but first, our own Steve the Thrill Hill combs the globe. Looking for stories with headlines that scream.
Well, no, Sherlock.
A study finds that love at first sight does not exist. You just think the other person is hot.
Oh, no, Sherlock.
That's love.
That generally, when a guy looks up, and I've only heard this from guys, they look up, some chick saunters into the bar, and they're like, I'm in love. I understand that he's probably not actually in love, but what he's saying is, I want to have sex with her.
I'm in love. Bad. Oh, my God, I'm in love.
Bad. Women are most attracted to rich guys in great shape.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. No, Sherlock.
I'll be damned.
Again, and this is according to what they're calling a new study. This one comes out of England, and it's like, wait a minute. You took the time to study, and what you came up, the conclusion at the end is that if you're rich and in good physical shape, women are attracted to you. Huh.
Crazy. That is insane.
That is.
Thank God they did that. I would have never guessed.
I almost don't believe it.
Former Facebook employee says social media giant cares more about data collection than protecting users.
Gee willikers, are you kidding? I cannot believe it. No, Sherlock.
I mean, it's just any company. They care about money.
Right. Well, I guess Facebook's saying, no, that's not true. But again, they all say it. A new study has found that 20% of cancer patients experience PTSD following diagnosis.
No,
Sherlock.
So it's not that you were aware that you had cancer, it's that you did not know you had cancer. And yes, 1 out of 5 people, which actually seems low, have a very, very negative reaction to finding that out.
I bet so.
Yeah.
That would be a bummer.
Who would have thought it? We continue. Again, this is another new study. This one came 9 days ago. Motorcyclists more likely to suffer serious injuries in crashes.
No, Sherlock.
Isn't that part of the excitement, too, of riding it?
Right. It's all the kind. It's like bungee jumping, skydiving, riding the motorcycle. Like, right, you understand the situation you're in.
I consider it just absolute terror.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, but you're very aware.
Yeah, you could have it at any moment.
Corporations make big climate promises only to retreat after a few years.
Really? Well, no, Sherlock.
Political comments on Reddit have dropped to the level of 6-year-olds.
Well, no, Sherlock.
Thank you, Steve. All right, Robin, we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast 50-year-old Gary Howard of Sebastopol, California, wherever the hell that is. Gary, he was not on trial for anything, nor were any of Gary's friends. But he still felt the need to try to intimidate a local defense attorney. His method, well, he set a pickup truck on fire. He set the front yard on fire. He set a bag of dog poop on fire, and then left a large dead woodpecker at the front door, and he took down a brick pillar that supported the front of the house, tied it to a truck, drove with it, pulled the pillar down. So again, just to intimidate a criminal defense attorney, he set the pickup truck on fire, the front yard on fire, a bag of dog poop on fire, left a large dead woodpecker at the front door, and then took down the brick pillar that supported the front of the house. And again, we don't know why this idiot was trying to intimidate this random attorney, but there's a main reason it didn't work, and that's mostly because Gary targeted the wrong house.
Oh, man.
Oh, he did all of that, and it was the neighbor's house. Right? So again, you're the neighbor that has nothing to do with anything. Your pickup truck's on fire. Your front yard's on fire. There's a bag of dog poop that's on fire. There's a large dead woodpecker left on your front doorstep, and the pillar supporting the awning in front of your house has been torn down. Yeah, he went to the wrong house. He's now in jail on suspicion of felony arson, vandalism, and animal cruelty.
I think the sickest part is killing that woodpecker.
That's why they got him with the animal cruelty. They were just like, hey, man, like, look, arson is bad enough, but you kind of just took it to 11 when you put dead animals on someone's doorstep. Yeah, but it wasn't even the guy's house that he was mad at.
Pull the foundation of the porch down, too.
Yeah. He tied it around his car and ripped the whole thing down. And they're like, he's not on trial for anything. Anyway, let's drink to Gary. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola.
Let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This. We will take caller 9 right now, 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.